Okay, so I heard that you have a bus coming in at 2:15, 1:15, 1:30. At what time you are having your bus picking you up? 2:15. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm Sudaroli, and I have a colleague called Shwati. She's also here with me. And I'm from an organization called International Foundation for Crime Prevention and Victim Care. We shortly call PCVC. And PCVC works for the survivors of domestic violence. So we have all the support services, um, like we have 24 hours helpline, and we have psychosocial support, and also the shelter support. Okay. So we also work with young people, and it is not that domestic violence only we work. And if you have any relationship issue and you have some doubts you want to clarify, so all those things you can call the helpline too, right? So this is how the young people also can be related to our helpline, right? So today I'm here to bit discuss about majorly on consent. Okay. So before I go into it, I just want to throw a question to you. It's a kind of like, it is going to be more interactive session than I just talk. Okay, so I don't believe in I just give a lecture and move on. So it is going to be a very much interactive session. So please, you can also kind of tell your experience, what you think about what we are discussing about. And it is, we consider this as a very, very safe space, and nobody is going to judge you what you are going to talk about. Okay. So, and you don't talk about what we are discussing, like, don't say like this person talks about this outside. Okay, so that kind of clarity we have, and give each one of us the safe space to talk about, right? Okay, so yeah, so do you, if I'm saying like, the relationship, healthy relationship, so what are the qualities that you think that make the relationship healthy? Any kind of relationship for that matter. It always not necessary it is the intimate partner, or it can be friendship, it can be anything, right? So maybe siblings. So what do you think, like, what are the qualities that make the relationship healthy? Respect. Yes. Understanding, respect, then yes, communication, very good. Mhm. Honesty, hmm? Trust, then emotional support, huh? Loyalty, okay. Mhm. Anybody? Respect, okay. Okay. So these are some of the qualities. We are not going to say like whether it is right or wrong, but these are some of the qualities that you all feel that to make the relationship very special, healthy. Okay. So what do you mean by the unhealthy relationship? What are the qualities that toxic? What do you mean by toxic? Huh? Caustic people. Okay. Anything else? Guilt. Guilt tripping. Hmm. Very good. Ah, manipulative. Okay. Gaslighting. Hmm. Wow. Excellent. Hearing all these things from young people. Yeah. Okay. Breadcrumbing? Yeah. Yeah. So these are some of the terms we use, right? So yeah. So I'm not going to again analyze all these things, okay? So when we talk about all this relationship, to make the relationship healthy, one main thing is concern, okay? So concern, do you know what is concern? Yes? What is concern? Okay. So we have to make sure whether the other person is okay in permission. Okay. Okay. Permission, when people say permission, okay, I always ask this. Okay. So somebody enters this room now. Okay. So they will be asking for the permission, right? Right? Is that the consent? Okay. So it is respecting the opinion. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it is kind of like, you have to check, you are checking with the other person whether the person is okay with the action you are doing, right? So activity you are getting involved in, right? So this is concern, okay? Um, can you move the slide? Okay, I want to show you a video. Video is connected. Before I start, I want to just show you a video. Um,
वहाँ काफी बिजी रहता है तो काफी पेशेंट्स आते जाते रहते हैं हम लोगों को इतना टाइम नहीं मिलता कि बात कर सके या थोड़ा रिलैक्स कर ले अलार्म भी नहीं करते हैं तो हम लोग छत पे चले जाते हैं थोड़ा फ्रेश एयर के लिए वहीं पे हम लोगों की बातें शुरू हो गई वो मुझे काफी फनी लगा हर टाइम जोक्स मारता रहता था सबका मजाक उड़ाता रहता था अब हमारा काम थोड़ा सा बोरिंग हो जाता है तो हंसी मजाक अच्छा लगता है मतलब मैं लैब में कहीं पे भी होती थी तो वो वही आके मुझे ढूंढ लेता था काम के बाद भी हमारी मैसेजेस पे बातें होनी शुरू हो गई फिर आदत सी पड़ गई वो मुझे 11 बजे के टाइम पे मैसेज करता था और फिर हम 1-2 बजे तक चैट करते रहते थे कई बार ऐसा होता था कि हम पूरी रात बात करते रहे और एक दो बार तो मैं फोन पे ही सो गई बात करते हुए क्या आपको लगने लगा था कि लाइफ शायद मतलब फेसबुक पे जब भी मैं कुछ पोस्ट करती थी तो सबके सामने सबसे पहले वही कमेंट करता था लाइक करता था तो थोड़ा सा ऑब्वियस हो गया था और फिर बाद में मैं जब छूटते उसके मैसेजेस का जवाब नहीं देती थी तो फिर वो इरिटेट हो जाते थे पिछले महीने मेरी कुछ कॉलीग्स ने पूछा कि तूने हमें अपने बॉयफ्रेंड के बारे में नहीं बताया तो मैंने कहा भाई मुझे नहीं पता कि मेरा बॉयफ्रेंड कौन है तो मैं कैसे बताऊं तब मुझे पता चला कि इसने कुछ लोगों को बोल दिया है कि हम लोग साथ में हैं और अपना फेसबुक स्टेटस भी चेंज कर दिया है इन अ रिलेशनशिप फिर क्या किया आपने सीधा उसके पास चली गई मेरा दिमाग इतना घूम गया था कि मुझसे वेट ही नहीं हुआ और उसको ये समझ ही नहीं आ रहा था कि मुझे इतना गुस्सा क्यों आ रहा है मुझसे कहता कि तू मुझे पूरे मैसेजेस करती है मेरे साथ टाइम स्पेंड करती है सारा टाइम बातें करने में मेरे जोक्स पे हंसती है भाई वो सब तो व्हाट्सएप था ना तूने ऐसे कैसे सोच लिया कि मैं तेरी गर्लफ्रेंड हूँ मैंने अपने दिमाग से कैसे सोच लिया मैंने कभी तुझे बोला कि आई लव यू आई वांट टू बी विथ यू क्या आपको लगता है क्योंकि आप उनसे रात को देर बात करते थे और पर्सनल बातें शेयर करते थे उनको लगने लगा कि आप दोनों के बीच में कुछ है हाँ शायद मतलब कुछ बातें कही थी मैंने उससे चैट पे रात को हो जाता है लेकिन सब कुछ अपने दिमाग में पका के बैठने से पहले और पब्लिकली सबको बताने से पहले एक बार उसको मुझसे पूछ लेना चाहिए था ना कि मैं क्या सोचती हूँ और वैसे भी मैंने उससे ऐसे कोई पर्सनल इतनी भी ज्यादा बात नहीं शेयर करी
Uh, okay. So, what do you think? What do you think? I just blankly asked. Huh? Whole thing about the concern. So, okay, what do you see in this as a concern? You want to talk? No, உட்காந்துட்டு பேசுங்க உட்காந்துட்டு பேசுங்க that's okay.
But he didn't ask the girl's consent to be his girlfriend, and
Hmm.
then he went on and declared that she is his girlfriend.
Girlfriend, okay. But they were talking throughout the night and messaging. But why not a girlfriend?
You should have asked.
What is wrong?
Girl, we're talking this much. Why aren't you my girlfriend yet?
Mhm.
He could have at least asked it.
Okay. So the message clearly mentioned here is that it should be asked. Okay. So whether the person is interested, so maybe going with him, that is all fine. But then when you are moving towards the relationship, so it's always has to be clear that you have to check with the other person what the person thinks about it, right? So, what are all our movie shows? மூவி யாருக்கெல்லாம் வந்து தனுஷ் பிடிக்கும்? சும்மா தூக்குங்க, மேம்லாம் ஒன்றும் சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க, right? Okay. So, did you see this one Dhanush movie saying like Tamanna is the heroine, I think, no? So she rejects the, I mean, the proposal. Uh, what is the dialogue? Do you remember the dialogue? You did not watch the movie, okay. பார்க்க பார்க்க தான் எங்களை மாதிரி உள்ள பசங்களை ஒரு தடவை பார்த்தா பிடிக்காது, பார்க்க பார்க்க தான் பிடிக்கும். Okay, so these are some of the things the movie kind of like, the movie culture makes us to think. Okay, so these are some of the things. If somebody says no and there is a yes behind no, so these are some of the things we understand, and we are like, brought up in such a way, hearing all these things, seeing all these things. But that is not true. Even stalking, right? So in cinema, how they are show stalking? Stalking தெரியும்ல? ஓகே. ஸோ நான் இந்த ஸ்டாக்கிங் பற்றி பேசிகிட்டு இருக்கும்போது பின்தொடர்தல் நான் சொன்னேன். அப்போ வந்துட்டு தேர் வாஸ் சம்படி ஹூ செட் லைக் அது பின்தொடர்தல் இல்லை, வன்தொடர்தல். Okay, so pin todardal is you are going behind somebody. I mean, if I'm going behind somebody without any intention, okay, so then that is pin todardal. But one todardal is something like, with the intention of kind of like, harming somebody and forcing somebody. So that is one todardal, right? So, so stalking is also glorified in the movie. Okay, so there is no concern there also. Okay, so these are some of the gray areas that we need to think of, like, how it becomes a violence, right? We call it street sexual harassment. We always say, என்ன சொல்லுவோம், eve teasing. Eve teasing is a very lighter term that we talk about, right? So, eve teasing is nothing very much lighter about it, funny about it. So, it is called street sexual harassment. Okay, so you are harassing somebody, right? So, you are like, body shaming somebody. So, these are all something that we need to connect to the concerned also. Right? Can you please? ஓகே, ஸோ த கன்சர்ன்ட் ஹேஸ் நம்ம சொல்கிறோம் அவங்க ஓகேயான்னு நம்ம செக் பண்ணுறது கன்சர்ன்ட். Broadly, yes. But then there are certain things we also kind of understand the what is the concern, right? So, anyone want to read this? Quicker.
A and B are partners. A is always protective towards B. Many times B will not be comfortable with what A asks B to do. During those times, A says, if you really love me, you do this.
Okay. Yeah. If you really love me, you would do this. Okay. So, what could be the best? Do you think it is right? No. Okay. So, what could be like how the B then A can ask? How A can ask? Like, okay, the kind of like it is productive towards B, all those things, but then how it should be asked to someone. இல்லையா? ஸோ அது எப்படி இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க? I if you really loved me, you would do this. Instead of that, what else the conversation should be? Do you want to? Are you comfortable? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So can you next? Okay, so maybe are you comfortable with this? Shall we do this? Okay. So this is, we call it a concern. So it should be voluntary. Okay, can you please next slide? So consent is the voluntary action between both response, maybe voluntary response to the action, right? So it should be like, both of them or willingly should do this. So it should be voluntary, it should not be forced. Okay, next one. Okay, anyone? நீங்க அப்புறம் பஸ்ஸுக்கு போகணும், அது நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுட்டு.
Kay and Ella are good friends and know each other very well. They both know that their relationship is moving to the next level. Kay asked Yel for a weekend date to spend time together to decide on the relationship. Yel kept silent. Yel's silence means yes to Kay.
Okay, what do you think? So this silence is yes to me.
Maunam sammadhathukku ariguri.
There is a movie Maunam Sammadam. I don't know, do you see that? I mean, how many of you familiar with Tamil movie? There is a movie Mohanlal and Amala. So it's a very old movie, probably. You are all very young kiddo. Okay. So what do you think of this? It is not right. Why it is not right?
He's assuming for.
Okay, why have to keep silence? You can say yes or no. Why the person has to keep silence?
She doesn't know how to. The space does not feel safe.
Oh, the space is not safe. Okay, good insight. Okay. Needs time to think. Very good.
Doesn't want to hurt that person, so she's thinking.
Yeah, doesn't want to hurt the person saying no. Okay, wow. Okay, so yeah, these are some of the response. Always like, we this silence is always interpreted as yes. Okay, but it is not always yes. So there is a larger debate happen like why you have to keep silent for. You all know Me Too movement, right? Me Too. தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? Okay. So this Me Too movementல நிறைய வந்துட்டு women, they came up like, very late. ஒரு 10 yearsக்கு முன்னாடி நடந்த sexual harassment வச்சு they came up and said like, this has happened to me. Okay. They shared what their experience. But then the question asked is why the silence so, like, 10 years நீ என்ன பண்ண? Okay.
People would have judged them, they would have feared.
Yeah, so there are a lot of layers. Okay, so if you go, it is not easy for anyone to talk about what you have undergone, right? So இப்போ இதுல வந்து அந்த silence வந்துட்டு we can't think like, okay, someone comes and tells and you will get suddenly ஒரு solidarity, courage and to talk about your experience. So connecting to this, yes, something like, you have to think the silence cannot be interpreted as yes, because as most of you said, this is mainly kind of uncomfortability or இல்லைன்னா எப்படி நோ சொல்றது, இல்லை அவங்க சொன்னாங்க இல்லையா, ஹர்ட் ஆகிடுவாங்களோ. ஸோ இட்ஸ் த பர்சன் இஸ் அ வெரி லவுட் ஒன். if I say no, என்ன ஆகும் தெரியல. So these are some of the things, and maybe uneasiness, maybe the space is not very safe to say no. Okay, so this clear communication, so the other person has the responsibility of uh, check again. Okay, maybe like கொஞ்சம் டைம் கொடுத்துட்டு அப்புறம் செக் பண்ணலாம். Okay, so are you okay, are you comfortable? So the clear communication, consent la வந்துட்டு clear communication is really important. Okay, both side. Next, the clear communication. So this will be talking about your boundaries. Okay, so and whether it is kind of like you are open to do this or not. So all these things will come under this. So the consent is involved. Clear communication involves the consent as well, right? Anybody? பின்னாடி இருந்து யாராவது ரீட் பண்றீங்களா? கொஞ்சம் ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக ரீட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா நம்ம முடிச்சிடலாம். Anybody? You want to read?
One of you read.
Want to read? Make it louder.
Exing to be very protective of partner wife when wife was anywhere without X. Exing alone during the late evening. X told wife, I turned on the location sharing so I can always see where you are.
Okay. Yes. Do you think this is because, like, it is for the safety, right? Concern about the safety, right? Keeping eyes, okay. Invading privacy, okay. What else do you think? How it can be put? Huh? Obsessed, okay. Control. Yeah, correct. Yeah, power and control. Yeah. So, kind of like, okay, it is if you really concern about the safety of the other person, probably you can check with, are you comfortable, like, turning your location, turn on your location. So something like that. It is not that you have to, like, turn on without the consent of the other person, right? So it cannot be like that. So the consent is informed. Okay, so it should be in both side, it is informed. Okay, so that informed is also involves concern. Okay, so I mean, both of them should aware of, like, the what is going on. So I should be aware of, like, the my location is turned on, I am comfortable with. So it should be both sides should be informed. So the consent is informed. Okay, next. Anybody? Want? Thank you for volunteering.
C and D are partners. They used to spend their weekdays together. C got tickets for the movie on the weekend for both of them, but D refused to come that day and said why D was not informed about this before buying the tickets. C said, but you were okay with this earlier.
Okay, this is a normal thing happening every weekend, right? So every weekend they go out for date. Okay, so அதை வச்சு அவர் எடுத்துட்டாரு. Okay, அப்போ வேண்டான்னு சொன்னா எப்படி? That's not right, no? என்னாச்சு? இப்போ மாத்திரம் என்னாச்சு? எவ்ரி வீக்கெண்டு போகிறது தான். இப்போ ஏன் திடீர்னு வேண்டான்னு சொல்றது?
What if he has plans with our friends or family?
Okay.
She can't say no to them also.
Okay. But how? Okay. Anybody else?
What if C is a
You want a mic?
What if C is a spontaneous planner and D is a very structural planner? Like there are two different personalities.
Okay. That's great. Yeah. Mhm. Spontaneous and structural planners. Okay. Uh huh.
She is tired of cheating.
Ah,
Every weekend we go. Why?
okay. Tired of going with B. Okay. Tired of going with B. Hmm.
I think also communication, right?
Communication. Yeah.
Preferably to ask before doing anything.
Ah.
But I didn't understand the two types of partner which she mentioned. But I think
Spontaneous
ask
planner
before
and
doing.
yeah. So it is the continuous and ongoing. Okay, so as she said, there should be a clear communication. That's right. So the consent is something which is continuous and ongoing. It should not be like, okay, last weekend you came with me for a movie or for a date, anything. Okay, and you can't expect this consent is all the time. Okay, it cannot be all the time, right? So it should be the consent is continuous, means you have to continuously check. Okay, so the last week நீ வந்தல அப்போ இந்த week நீ வரதுக்கு என்ன? It is not. Ah.
Last week நீ வந்தனே இந்த week நீ வா.
Ah. So it is a, I mean, you can't take that as a pattern, right? And also pattern rights madri. So it is not that. Okay, so you have to continuously check. So இது வந்துட்டு ஒரு ஒன் டைம் அக்ரிமெண்ட் கிடையாது கன்சர்ன். ஓகே, இன்னைக்கு நான் கன்சர்ன் கொடுத்தேன்னா இன்னும் ஒரு 10 நாள் கழிச்சு ஓ அந்த கன்சர்ன் இருக்குல்ல. ஸோ யூ கேம் வித் மீ தட் டே, வை நாட் திஸ் டே? Okay, so it is not that. It is not one time agreement. Always you need to check. Okay, revise பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும் agreement, right? Okay, next. And also you have to see like withdrawal at any point of time is okay in relationship. Okay, so the consent வந்து எப்போதுமே இருக்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. So there is, you have given consent for some action, but suddenly you felt very uncomfortable and you are withdrawing yourself, that is okay in relationship. Okay, so anybody wants to read?
You is a very caring partner to be, always wanting me to happy and
Can you hear the lastல இருக்கவங்க கொஞ்சம் சவுண்டா மைக் ஒர்க் ஆகுதா? ஆ.
you is a very caring partner to be, always wanting me to be happy and insisting on it. You often checks on me to see if he is okay and frequently says, "You are, uh, you are my everything. Please share with me what you are going through."
ஓகே, ரொம்ப கேரிங் ஆர் இல்லையா? இட்ஸ் ரியலி குட் நோ டு பி கேரிங். ஓகே, ஸோ அண்ட் யூ ஆர் மை எவ்ரி திங். கொஞ்சம் ரொமான்டிக்காக இருக்குல்ல? Okay, so what is wrong? And we all like to be cared, right? Yes or no? துரும்பு சீட்டா பயன்படுத்தக்கூடாது. Yeah. Okay. Okay, anybody else? Sugar coating.
It's like a card where even if you're a man, it's like for you only a man.
Ah,
It's like that you can play with that card.
yeah. That's what she said. துரும்பு சீட்டு, இல்ல? Trump card. Okay. Anybody else wants to say anything? இதில் ஒரு விஷயம் நான் கேட்க விரும்புகிறேன். வி ஆல்வேஸ் சே திஸ் இல்லை, லவ்வில் பொசசிவ்னஸ் இருக்கலாமா? ஏன் இருக்கலாம்? எஸ், யா இருக்கலாம். ஏன் இருக்கக்கூடாது? ஓகே, ஸோ ஹவு மெனி ஆஃப் யூ திங்க் லைக் பொசசிவ்னஸ் இருக்கலாம்? உட்கார்ந்துட்டே சொல்லுங்க, எல்லாரும் கேட்க உட்கார்ந்துட்டே பேசணும். Healthy way. What do you mean by healthy way of possessiveness?
Like we should understand the situation for what they are doing something. For example, they were interacting with some of their girlfriend means they should know for what they are interacting. They are maintaining relationship as friends.
Okay.
Not more than that.
Okay.
They should understand each other.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You want to say something? Okay. So anybody else who says possessiveness is not a good thing, is not love? யார் சொல்றீங்க? சொல்றீங்களா? ஓகே, மைக்கெல்லாம் பேசுறீங்களா? பேச மாட்டீங்களா? ஓகே. ஓகே. எனிபடி who wants to, I mean எல்லாருமே அப்போ possessiveness is goodன்னு சொல்றீங்களா? அப்போ நீங்க சொல்லுங்க. ஆ. Make it fast. Why no?
Why?
Mm.
It takes authority. No?
It takes authority.
For example, if I have, I'm possessed. If I'm possessive, that again gives me authority over people. And it also depends on the other person. If they like, if I'm possessive, then I can be possessive. If they are not okay with it, I have to be.
Okay.
It depends.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so why I'm asking this question is we always think like, the possessiveness is love. Okay, so much of protection, protectiveness, caring. Okay, so in the possessiveness, kind of if you are holding somebody. Okay, when you are holding somebody, that is not love. So the love is freedom, right? So you should feel that space with the other person, right? So அப்பதான் வந்துட்டு kind of like you are loving the other person very truly. So அப்போ இந்த possessiveness is toxic, as somebody said, the toxic. Okay, so அப்போ என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, இன்னொருத்தட்ட பேசினா எனக்கு பிடிக்காது அப்படின்னா எனக்கு தெரியாம அவங்கள்ட்ட பேசுவாங்க. So, for example, she is my close friend. Okay, maybe my partner doesn't like I'm talking to this person. Okay, in front of the partner, I never talk to this person, but then behind, in the absence, I will surely talk to this person and maintain the relationship. Okay, so these are some of the things we have to think in this. Okay, so so respecting boundaries. Okay, so we should not think like, எல்லாமே ஷேர் பண்ணோம். Okay, because I love you a lot. Because I am sharing everything with you, you have to share everything with me. No. So it is my wish I am sharing, but I cannot expect the same thing from the other partner, right? So we have to respect the boundaries, right? So yeah, so this is also the consent involves, right? No, respecting boundary, one of the value of the consent is the respecting boundary. Okay, so both of them, all parties involved அதை recognize பண்றோமா? So இது எல்லாமே it involves consent, right? Okay, there is one video, tea and consent.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, hey, would you like a cup of tea?
కొంచెం సౌండ్ வைக்க
Oh
முடியுமா?
my God. Yes, I would fucking love a cup of tea. Thank you. Then you know they want a cup of tea. If you say, hey, would you like a cup of tea? And they're like, I'm not really sure. Then you can make them a cup of tea or not, but be aware they might not drink it. And if they don't drink it, then, and this is the important part, don't make them drink it. Just because you made it doesn't mean you are entitled to watch them drink it. And if they say no, thank you, then don't make them tea at all. Just don't make them tea. Don't make them drink tea. Don't get annoyed at them for not wanting tea. They just don't want tea, okay? They might say, yes, please, that's kind of you. And then when the tea arrives, they actually don't want the tea at all. Sure, that's kind of annoying as you've gone to all the effort of making the tea, but they remain under no obligation to drink the tea. They did want tea, now they don't. Some people change their mind at the time that it takes to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk. And it's okay for people to change their mind. and you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they're unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people don't want tea. And they can't answer the question, do you want tea? Because they're unconscious. Okay, maybe they were conscious when you asked them if they wanted tea. And they said yes. But in the time it took you to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk, they are now unconscious. You should just put the tea down. Make sure the unconscious person is safe. And this is the important part again. Don't make them drink the tea. They said yes then, sure, but unconscious people don't want tea. If someone said yes to tea, started drinking it, and then passed out before they finished it, don't keep on pouring it down their throat. Take the tea away. Make sure they're safe, because unconscious people don't want tea. Trust me on this. If someone said yes to tea around your house last Saturday, that doesn't mean they want you to make them tea all the time. They don't want you to come around to their place unexpectedly and make them tea and force them to drink it, going, well, you wanted tea last week. Or to wake up to find you pouring tea down their throat, going, well, you wanted tea last night. But you can understand those people who are just force people to have tea when they don't want tea. And you're able to understand when people don't want tea. Then how hard is it to understand it when it comes to sex? Whether it's tea or sex, consent is everything. And on that note, I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea.
So any thoughts? நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண எல்லாமே இதில் வந்திருக்குல்ல. Okay, so what are the qualities we discussed about, I mean qualities of the concern that we discussed? Anybody? Respecting boundaries. Open communication, okay. Continuous.
I think that is something which is not spoken about. No, they said yes and then no and then yes.
Yeah.
No is a no, even if it is on process.
Yeah.
I think that was well
Yeah.
mentioned.
So kind of like it's ongoing. So you need to check. It cannot be like, the yes always. So that's what they say, the last week if you say yes, it is not that you're going to say this week also yes. Okay. So what are the other qualities that prominently strike you? Volunteering. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the kind of like it's my time is over. I have time. Ah, really? Oh, that is amazing. Okay, so I'm kind of like there is a debate. Okay, on the Supreme Court this debate came. Okay, so there is a feeble no and strong no. Okay, you are saying no. Okay, but the people understand there is yes behind no.
Yeah, there's this thing we push for years.
Ah. So why, what is feeble no and strong no? What do you think? No means no, right? But if I'm saying no, if I'm saying no, then people think, okay, அவங்க கொஞ்சம் யோசிக்கிறாங்க போல.
Women should work on. Yeah, because
Okay, what should be worked on?
Because we are trained to sacrifice, we have to be nice to others.
Please.
It's okay, ma'am.
உட்கார்ந்து பேசுங்க இல்லாட்டினா.
I mean, we are trained to, satisfy, serve, and then be very kind to other people. That we shouldn't say no.
Yeah.
So even if he says like, Paravala only will come. No won't come.
No won't come.
So I think that is what we should work on.
Okay, that's really great. So saying no will not be acceptable in the culture, right? Especially women saying no. Okay, okay, parvala. Okay, so okay, somebody called me. Want to say something? Mic வருதுன்னா no இல்ல.
எல்லா டைமுமே நோ வந்து பரவாயில்ல வந்து நோ ஆகாதுல. எஸ்ஸா கூட இருக்கலாம். இல்ல பரவாயில்ல இருக்கட்டும்.
Okay. So பரவாயில்ல is the term like we always say no சொன்னா அவங்கள ஹர்ட் பண்ணிடுவோமோன்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ற term இல்லையா? ஸோ அதில் வந்துட்டு ப்ராபப்ளி அவங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி கைண்ட் ஆஃப் நான் இன்னும் திங்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கலாமா இருக்கும், ஆனா நான் இன்னும் ரெடி ஆகலை எஸ் சொல்றதுக்கு. ஓகே, அண்ட் தேர் இஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் நோ எஸ் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்லைட்டா உள்ள டேர்ம் யூஸ் பண்றதுனால வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ் இஸ் பீப்புள் திங்க் ஓகே தேர் இஸ் எஸ் பிஹைண்ட் நோ. ஓகே, அப்போ என்ன ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணோம் நம்ம நினைக்கிறோம், வாட் வி நீட் டு ஒர்க் அவுட். ஓகே, நோவே எப்படி சொன்னா நோ ஆகும், கேன் வி சே louder, louder and strong no. Louder, everybody together. No. Okay, so there should be a strong no, okay, and bold no. That is really important. Yes. Okay.
I think that instead of working on how to say no, women should be taught on how to say yes. Yes, I want it. Instead of just being in a dilemma for not saying.
Yeah, yeah, right. So kind of like yes no. So if you want to say yes also, kind of you will be thinking, okay, as a woman if I say yes, so the people might think bad about me. So we should also learn to say bold yes and bold no, right? So and if we are doubtful, we can also express that maybe I need to think about that. Okay, so that kind of expression we should clearly communicate. Okay, so ஒரு வீடியோ மாத்திரம் போட முடியும்.
क्योंकि मैं साइड में बैठता हूँ गाड़ी में, क्योंकि मुझे थोड़ा अनकंफर्टेबल लगता है। और वो खुद ही मेरे बगल में बैठती थी, हम थोड़ी देर बातचीत करते थे। कई बार वो अपना सर मेरे कंधों पे भी रख लेती थी।
क्या वो ऑलरेडी सोई हुई थी तब?
रात में काम के बाद लोग थके होते हैं तो कैब में घुस के या फिर सो जाते हैं या फिर फोन पे लग जाते हैं। हमारी बातचीत होती थी, क्योंकि हम दोनों दिल्ली से नहीं है, वो मेरठ से और मैं अमरोहा से। अब की पहली बार घर से दूर रह रहे हैं तो इस बात पे कनेक्शन बैठ गया। एक रात वो सो रही थी और उसका हाथ यहाँ पे रखा था, and then I held her hand, तो उसने हटाया नहीं, and I felt something was going on, there was something.
आपने उसको किस किया? कोशिश करी तो क्या हुआ?
वो दूसरे खिड़की की ओर चली गई, and she seemed very angry. अगली बार से वो ड्राइवर के बगल वाली सीट पर बैठने लगी। फिर अगली बार उसने शिफ्ट चेंज कर ली और फिर पता चला मुझे कि ड्राइवर हैज कंप्लेंट व्हाट आई डिड।
You thought she loved you?
हाँ, लगता तो ऐसे ही था,
क्यों लगा तुम्हें ऐसे?
क्योंकि हमारा कनेक्शन था।
किस टाइप का कनेक्शन था? रोमांटिक कनेक्शन?
So so this is also the other side. I want to show this because I showed what the women talk about and how the men think about this. Think through what the consent is. I mean, there is no consent here, right? So what do you think about this situation? Any thoughts? Any brainstorming thoughts or?
One thing is he didn't answer any questions she posted, which made me think like, what if he doesn't want to think about it? Uh, he kissed him, which is wrong. But then she asked a question, and then he avoided the question, which he doesn't want to talk about. Which means he doesn't want to think about it. That he made a mistake. He's avoiding everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So possibly, like, in this kind of situation, the people will feel very uncomfortable, and naturally if the person doesn't like, will be avoiding, right? So yeah, so here is the person didn't ask, okay, whether the other person likes it, okay. So that is the main thing. So the consent is that you have to ask people, right? So with this note, I think you understand the various values of consent and from the various dimension of it, right? So with this, I also want to talk about a bit about bystander intervention. Okay, so when this happens, when this violence happens, I am not a victim. I am not a victim, but I am a bystander. Do you know what is bystander?
Not doing anything.
Bystander is someone who is like, witnessing the incident, right? So witnessing the incident, and you have two choice. One is you can react to it, another one is you can just leave. Okay, we say active listener, active bystander, inactive bystander. So நமக்குள்ள நிறைய நம்ம வந்து inactive bystander நிறைய இருக்காங்க நம்ம சொசைட்டில, right? So how you can be a good bystander? So if for example there is somebody, I mean, I don't want to say girl or boy, somebody is standing and there is a group of people, A is standing, okay, and there are group of people kind of like, teasing the person A, okay. So you are B and you are going that way, what you will do? What you will do? You are a bystander, what you will do? Yes, நான் எல்லாம் அமைதியா இருக்கீங்க. உங்க மேம் சொன்னாங்க நீங்க எல்லாம் நல்லா இன்டராக்டிவா இருப்பீங்கன்ட்டு. ஆனா you are actually. You proved what your ma'am said, right? Okay. So there are, we always call it 5 Ds. 5 Ds. Okay. So one is, the first D is, yes, what is the first D? Distract. Okay, distract is something like what you do is the same situation, okay. So if you are going by that side, you just say to the victim, like you talk to the victim as if you know the person, okay. You can say to the person that our friends are waiting there, can you come? You just grab the person and go. Okay, when you are doing this, there is a kind of distraction there, right? So when the things are getting distracted, the violence stopped. You may ask whether it is completely stopped. No, it is not completely stopped, but that time it is past. Okay, and then you can decide whether what to do with this. Okay, so this is distraction. The second one is direct. Directors in the cinema எல்லாம் காம்பாங்கல, heroes எல்லாம் directa getting into fight. So we always say direct cannot be safer for you to involve in the kind of like, if you are not knowing the person. இப்போ பெர்பட்ரேட்டடாக உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் அப்படின்னா, ஓகே, உங்களோட ஒன் ஆஃப் யுவர் கலீக் ஆர் உங்களோட கிளாஸ்மேட்டோ யாரோ தான் அதில் இன்வால்வ் ஆயிருக்காங்க, யூ நோ த பெர்பட்ரேட்டர் வெரி வெல் அப்படின்னா நீங்கள் வந்து டைரெக்டாக அவங்க கிட்ட போயிட்டு சொல்லலாம், வாட் யூ ஆர் சேயிங் இஸ் நாட் ரைட், ஓகே அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். பட் வென் யூ ஆர் நாட் நோயிங் த பெர்பட்ரேட்டர் வெரி வெல், தென் யூ கேனாட் பி டைரக்ட்லி கோ இன் டு சே, tell them that this is not right. You may kind of enter into a danger thing, right? So these are these two things I told you. And third one, first one distraction, direct, adukapram vandu delicate. Okay, delicate na okay, idu rendu ennala panna mudiyala, what else I can do? The delicate is something like, okay, na vandittu solren, ma'am irukanga, ஓகே, நான் அவங்கள்ட்ட போய் சொல்றேன், இந்த மாதிரி ஏதோ சம்திங் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங், கேன் யூ ப்ளீஸ் ஹெல்ப் மீ அவுட். ஓகே, ஸோ ஐ வில் டெலிகேட் த திங் டு ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி டு ஹர் பிகாஸ் ஐ குடன்ட் டேக் இட் அப், ரைட்? ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி குரூப் ஆஃப் பீப்புளாக கூட இன்வால்வ் ஆகலாம், ரைட்? ஸோ தீஸ் ஆர் த தேர்ட் திங். அண்ட் வாட் இஸ் ஃபோர்த் இஸ் டிலே. Delay is if you can't do all these things, later you can check with the person, okay, after the incident. Probably you can check with the person what the person undergo and what the person wants to share, and or the person needs some help. Okay, you can give some helpline, or maybe the person wants to go to the police station and report. So you can do lot of things after. So delay is also okay, right? And finally, document. The document always we never recommend. So document is something like, you take video, photos. So these are some of the, or recording, voice recording. So these are some of the things which will be later helpful to report the incident, but not to post in the social media. Okay, so the people will post in the social media, but that is, and also you have to inform the victim that you have done this, whether the person needs it or wants to delete it. So here also the consent is really important, right? So what are the 5 things I told you? Delay, delicate. Okay. Okay, good. So direct, distract, delay, delicate. Super. So நீங்க உங்க மனசுல இது பதிஞ்சிருக்கு இல்லையா? Yeah. So finally I play a video and I stop. Is that okay, or it is the time is up? Can you active bystander? Active bystander.
The 5 G's of bystander intervention. Let's go.
No, go back. Active bystander.
Not okay.
Okay, so with this note, I hope it is helpful for you some way. Yeah, so I'm happy that you have all listened. Thank you for the attention. Yeah, thank you so much.